and welcome to the Infinite Escape Room. We are the puzzling podcast where a group of chums make and solve audio escape adventures over a few beers. I am Jamie Gibbs, kinda chunky, really hunky, always funky. And locked in with me today, we have...
Hello, my name is Mairi, and you said I had to rhyme, so all I've got is that I live in a safari, which is not incorrect if you saw my family members.
Oh, Christmas must be a fun time.
It's great. It's great.
Everyone throwing poo is going to be fantastic.
Hey, that's my dad you're talking about.
And I'm Eloise, 90% sugar and spice, 10% impish mice. I love it.
Beautiful.
I love it. You'll do well. You'll fit right in.
Great. You're my people.
So you heard right, folks. We are joined this week by author and game designer Eloise Corvo, as she'll be our puzzle maestro. Eloise, thanks for coming on.
Yes, thanks for having me. Excited.
Is Eloise Corvo, is that a pen name?
It is a pen name.
Is Corvo related to crows and murder? Is that the vibe you're going for?
Yes, it is.
A murder of crows.
First puzzle unlocked.
Yeah, I want to try and find a way of asking without seeming like, is that your real name? Without coming off as an idiot.
Yeah, you're all good.
It's a good choice. I like it. It fits. It's on brand. Right, we'll grill you about your book and your puzzling proclivities in the next episode. But to give the listeners just a little bit of a taste, can you give us just a little bit about yourself and your book?
Yeah, so I am a murder mystery author. I spend my free time killing off fictional people, which is very fun, and do murder mystery party game design. So both for commercial companies, maybe you've played my game and haven't even realized it, and for custom parties. So if you have a big group of people coming over and you want something very specific, I can weave a little tale for you to solve.
I love it. By the time this episode goes out, it'll be sort of early April, so the book should be out by then?
The book will be out, yeah. Off the Beaten Path is my first novel in a trilogy called The Stone's Throw Mysteries, and we all will be playing in the Stone's Throw setting today. So get a little taste.
I love it.
Exciting. Can't wait.
So the room that you've brought for us, there's a little bit of an air of friendly competition about this one, isn't there?
Yeah, so Bill and Dani of Escape This Podcast have also played this room, and I believe their episode will have aired already by the time this comes out. So they did great. I'm curious to see how we all do with the little alcohol in our systems. Maybe it should be a good time.
It lubricates the green.
No pressure.
Yeah,
exactly.
It helps.
Yeah. I deliberately drank a lot of coffee. I was going to say, actually, I haven't quite hit the alcohol yet because I knew I would need my brain for this one. So I am wired and ready to solve the puzzles.
Great. Well, there may or may not be some whiskey in my coffee this morning. We'll see.
Nice.
Oh, this is good. This is great. Yeah, we love Bill and Dani. Love Escape This Podcast. They're the best of the best. They're lovely people as well. But that being said, in the spirit of friendly competition, they are going down like a sack of bricks and will salt the earth with their escape record lies defeated and broken.
All right, deal.
I may eat my words. We'll see. Before we start, I want to dedicate this episode to our fabulous patrons. We got J. Cameron Cooper, who's some kind of peculiar avian or strange bird, I believe. Rebecca Gerard, former bard. Jen McPhillamy, big fan of soup. And Karen Kate, who's never late, but nor is she early. She arrives precisely when she means to. Thank you all for your continued support of the show. We couldn't do this without you. Well, we would go into the normal, how does this work? What is this show? But after 350 episodes, you should know by now. And if you don't, how dare you? Go listen to some more episodes and you'll figure it out. So that's that bit done. On to the puzzle. Are we ready, folks?
Yes.
We'll see. Let's try.
Then take it away, Eloise. Let's enter the Infinite Escape Room.
All right, Jamie and Mairi, you're standing, I believe, on a diving board, looking into a pool filled with gerbils. Interesting place to be. Not really sure what's going on. And you're just drawn to these gerbils and you decide to dive into the pool head first. Why don't we?
Right. Come here, fluff balls.
You're grabbing and swimming and just falling. And as you fall, the gerbils sprout scales instead of fur, and then gills and fins, and slowly morph into silvery, kind of ugly lake fish. Not the pretty tropical ones, but the ones that have like, they've seen some things, right? You're in water,
like animals.
swimming. Yeah, exactly like animals. Yeah. But from gerbil to fish, not
Yeah.
As you keep swimming, you emerge on the shoreline of a massive lake. You cannot see the end besides what's right in front of you in any direction. And that was really tough. I feel like, knowing you guys, probably fancy a pint right around now.
Could do with a couple.
After right? Yeah. So dry off, kinda steal someone's beach towel, perhaps. Yeah. Who knows?
They don't need.
Dash into the town. That just little tiny couple blocks long, very quaint. There's tons of these towns in England and the UK, I feel like, just like very small little cute villages, similar here in the US, but probably a little dirtier than my Walking down the block, you see Pop's Bar. It's the only bar in town. Looks great. Beautiful, dingy dive. Perfect for this long swim. Walking up, you are faced with the door. And on it, you see a flyer that says State Park Fundraiser, today, dinner service. And there's a big plate of pasta, like spaghetti being twirled on the flyer. Peeking at it a little closely, you can read the finer print, and you glean that father and son owners of the bar, Kevin and Eli, have agreed to donate the percentage of tonight's dinner profits to the state park adjacent to town. This was the shore of the beach that you walked up on. You see big forest, beautiful sand beaches. The park has gone through rounds of budget cuts, it explains, and they can use every penny that they can get. You, kind of excited, wanting some food, wanting a drink, walk right in. Walking in, though, it's kind of a shit show, if we're going to be honest. There's people are kind of frantically running all over the place, and it's pretty empty. So we walk through, and you see just who you presume is Eli. He's behind the bar, a younger man, maybe in his mid-30s, just like rummaging around, kind of like freaking out. There's a woman in the bar as well, and an older gentleman who you would also presume would be his dad, Kevin.
Hello there. I am very thirsty.
Oh my gosh. Okay, hang on 1 second. And he's like looking under counters, and he's like, are you guys here for dinner for the fundraiser?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give us some food, please.
We're very hungry. We've just been swimming.
Okay, Maudie, he yells to the woman in the bar, and she kind of trots over. She's busy sort of like placing flyers about. She's in a park uniform, like khaki and green, sort of rugged outfit. And she goes up to him and is like, "What's up? What's wrong?" Kind of like curt, to the point. "I can't find the tomatoes. I cannot literally find any tomatoes." She's like, "What are you talking about? This is a restaurant. Of course you have tomatoes." She goes, No. I hid them from Dad. He points to Kevin. He's been messing up all my grocery shopping. All of my recipes have gone off the wall because he's using whatever he wants, and I hid them. And now I cannot find them. Right before a spaghetti fundraiser, what are we going to do? And she's like, rolls her eyes and like kind of starts looking for him. Kevin hears you ask for a pint, and he pours one and like hands one over to you. You guys can just kind of like amble around while they're figuring this out. Eventually, after you see them search the bar, go back into the kitchen, clang pots and pans around, like who knows what, Maudie comes up to you guys. Hey, I know this is kind of weird. We don't know you, but you're the only people here. Do you mind helping us look for these tomatoes? Eli really wanted to put on a good fundraiser, but he's kind of freaking out, and like he just gets like this sometimes. I just gotta like help calm him down. And she pours a pint for him and like pushes him into a booth in the corner to like sit down. You gotta calm down. He's kind of a puzzle guy. I wonder if he hid them and just forgot about it. He hides stuff from Kevin all the time. He deviates from the menu, throws off the grocery shopping. It's like a whole big thing. So she rolls her eyes and kind of like pleads, like prayer hands to you, nice, kind strangers. Could you just help us out? We really need this money. I need this to go well.
I'll take a hefty sip of the beer, thoughtfully chew it, and then...
Chew the beer?
Absolutely.
Thick beer, yeah.
This is how you appreciate it. You sip wine, you chew beer.
Love it.
Take it you're not a big beer person. Yeah, I think we can fight these tomatoes. What do you think, Mairi?
Yeah, absolutely. Show us where to start.
Thank you. Your food will be on me, but a donation would still be much appreciated. And she scampers over and back to him. This roughly square room is large. It's a big bar, right? The actual bar top, where Kevin is behind pouring you pints, spans along the northern wall of the room. Peering behind the bar, you see a swinging door with a window cut out in the door that looks into a kitchen, which is on the northeast corner of the room, the door. The eastern and western walls are lined with big booths, and the majority of the room is taken up by 2 long community tables rather than individual tables that look beautifully set already. Maudie has been adding little like park flyers, and they look good to go. Between the eastern community table and the eastern wall with the booths are 2 pool tables. Both have seen better days and are in desperate need of refelting. They're probably like original to the bar from like 100 years ago. Vintage, yes. A few arcade games butt up against the southern wall in the southeastern corner. The door you came in on, in case it is of interest, is on the southern wall as well, but on the southwestern corner. And all the walls are cluttered with tons of photos of friends, family, community. It's kind of like an Applebee's. I don't know if you guys don't have those in English probably, but just like, it's like a overwhelming like wall hangings, basically.
I think the equivalent would be a Toby Carvery in the UK.
Okay.
Oh.
Random shit everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never been in one, but my local pub has like wall of photos of dogs, like neighborhood dogs, which is adorable. That's my point of reference.
Is that a wall of
Love
fame
it.
or is that a sort of a ban list? Like, these dogs cannot be in this pub?
That's a good question. I should ask next time I go in. But like, these are the naughty dogs. They can't come back.
All right. The room is yours.
All right.
Okay. I'm really drawn to the arcade machines. How about you, Jamie?
I was thinking the same thing. As soon as you said arcade, I lit up.
Yeah, I want to play. I want to push buttons. Eloise, could you please tell me what the arcade machines are and are they switched on?
Certainly. There are 3 of them. Start with that. And they're all like classic horror movie themed. You notice right off the bat. The first is The Exorcist with a big image of that priest holding a cross. But it looks like it's having electrical issues. It's like a video game console kind of machine. The lights keep blinking on and off, like fuzzing out, flickering. And a big out of order sign hangs on the screen. Another is Scream themed, which is my personal favorite movie. And it's got a big picture of the ghost-faced killer, that big like white long mask, kind of like staring back at you. This one also has an out of order sign.
Oh man.
No lights or nothing like moving, no flickering. It's just like dark blank. And the only one currently working is like a Pac-Man-esque game themed like The Shining, the Stephen King story.
Oh, nice.
And from it, you hear, "All work and no play make Jack a dull boy." Jack Torrance's voice just rings and quickly follows by pictures of 2 young girls in those creepy ass blue dresses that just say, "Come play with us, come play with us." And they kind of like glitch for a second. "Come play with us, come play with us." And it just keeps.
Oh,
I like it.
So creepy. Yes, I would love to go play with them, please. May I go and press some buttons? Try my best at the game.
Absolutely. So you grab the joystick. It's like a Pac-Man kind of thing. And you realize that the play field is the hedge maze from the movie. So you play around, you try your best to rack up points, but you just can't keep up. A Pac-manified Jack Torrance with like wielding a little axe comes up behind you and chops you down. You tried running up, down, left, right, but you just couldn't escape him. And as he hacks into your little yellow circle, he yells, "Here's Johnny!" And then there's a bunch of you fail.
Oh.
It also says across the screen, "Play The Shining," as like taunting you to like try and play again.
Oh, good effort.
Really
Good effort.
Good effort. I tried my best. I think, Jamie, we might get like some kind of code, like in the olden days when you had these
like
things,
a Konami
and you'd get like
kind of vibe.
Yeah, like you're up, down, left, right, punch, kick, etc. I felt like we want to come back to this when we have a clue.
That is a smart idea. Can we take a little look at the bar top? See what's on there.
Absolutely.
Jamie just wants another pint.
Yeah. Hey.
When Eli's not looking, just
he doesn't care. You can take however you want.
We're helping. It's fine.
You're helping. Yes. So you go up to the bar again, and there are pint glasses placed in front of each bar stool. It's a wooden bar top, very sticky. It's been here forever. You guys know how this looks, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
All of the pint glasses are full. And the stools are just sort of like regular bar stools. They have a center steel like pedestal instead of individual legs. And on this metal like steel stamped is stone's throw, like they were made locally. If you guys want to open the image titled bar, you can get a better look at this.
Right. It is a beautiful piece of graphic design. It says bar in big letters at the top, and it says gift to players when they investigate the bar. You can cut that out. I'm sure I wasn't meant to read that out. But we can see 11 numbered, what are they called? Handle things? Pump things you pull? Pumps. Taps, yeah. We can see 11 taps. 1 is stout, 2 is vodka cranberry, 3 is hard cider, 4 is raspberry margarita, 5 is IPA, 6 is seltzer, 7 is blue and stormy, 8 is Irish red, 9 is brown ale, 10 is violet nightmare, and 11 is absinthe. And then, there are 5 stools. There are 5 coloured pints going left to right, black, red, white, brown, and lighter brown. And exactly as you described, 5 stools in front of it with stone's throw written down the sides. So the typical bar scene. It's just like my local.
I've always wanted to drink a violet nightmare.
Yeah, on tap as well. Goodness.
Yeah, I mean, usually that's when it comes in bottles. That should.
I also love the idea that there's an absinthe barrel connected to this tap as well, which is like, wow.
Just the green fairy's not going to have one over on me. Just
just let it.
So what's interesting is that I'm seeing with this is that there are a couple of things on the taps that have colours as part of the names: Irish red, brown ale, violet nightmare, and then we have those 5 different coloured beers on the bar stuff. So there could be that we have to match, and that could give us a 5-digit code for something further down the line.
I like your thinking. Well, the first one very much looks like a stout, and the second one, I would guess Irish red, but I will get stumped on the third one, which is kind of creamy white colour. I don't think we have anything that's sort of
Kevin is back there still washing stuff. He's like hanging out, kind of like watching you guys a little bit. Maybe he could help if you're interested. Throwing it out.
Point to the third one. Eli, what's this? Number 3, this white.
Kevin.
Kevin. Right, Eli.
Kevin. The old man. Kevin, he's got like a baseball hat and a flannel shirt, and he's just like washing stuff down. He comes over, picks it up, and is like, "Oh, this is hard cider. It's just from the orchard down the way. You want a pint?" Great.
Absolutely, I do.
He pours you one from the hard cider tap, and you can see very clearly that the colors match.
Nice.
Hands it to you. Pretty dry this year.
Since we've got Kevin, we might as well get him to tell us what all 5 of them are, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi,
sure.
Kevin.
So,
what are all 5?
He gives you tastes. How about you guys do a little taste test? That'd
absolutely.
Be fun.
Yeah.
You can confirm the 5 drinks. So the first on the farthest left of the image, I'll go from left to right, is the stout. Second is the Irish red. Third, which you already know, is, we'll just say cider. 4 is the brown ale, and 5 is the IPA.
Nice. So putting the numbers of the taps to that, I've got 18395.
Yep, I got the same. For the next step, I'm very tempted to count the numbers on Stone's Throw. I don't know whether we'd go down to up or up to down, but that's where I'm thinking is in like taking the first one, the 8th one, the 3rd one, the 9th one, the 5th one. It'll take me a second, but that's where I'm thinking in terms of
that is nice. I wouldn't have thought of that at all. So I'm glad that
Well, they just look so like suspiciously placed in a column.
I'm glad that you're here to do the actual puzzle. I'm just here to drink the beer. This
Someone's got to do it.
It's hypothetical beams. Yes. Slowly getting pissed at the bar top while you're there counting the letters on the stools.
I think I've got the word shore, SHORE.
Oh, nice.
That is what we've got.
I like it. And that fits. So we'll keep an eye out for something that needs potentially a combination letter lock.
Yeah. Okay.
Like it. Cool. Where would you like to look next?
Let's go for maybe the pool tables.
Yeah.
Are there anything on the two pool tables?
There are. So one is, this might be another like American versus British thing, but it's racked, like it's ready to be played. Not snooker like you guys have. American pool, right? And so the balls are in the triangle, like the little template cookie cutter thing, and kind of ready to go. There are a couple pool cues up on the wall, just like ready to be played. The other is covered in fundraiser decorations that just looks kind of like a mess. So there's different flyers and streamers, and it's kind of been abandoned since this tomato hunt has undergone. But that one is like a little chaotic. And so, from what you tell, they both look normal, but you do have a pool table image as well in your file.
Yeah. So we got, standard green felted pool table with 6 pockets. And then you got your triangle on the right-hand side of the pool table with your 8 ball in the middle. And then going top to bottom, left to right in that triangle, you got the balls with the number 9, 7, 12, 15, 8, 1, 6, 10, 3, 14, 11, 2, 13, 4, 5. Some are spots, some are stripes, all in different lovely colours.
Yep. In the background, I'm just Googling what this should look like to see if this is obviously different from the normal pool arrangement in
I can
the United
tell you,
States of America.
You don't need any pool knowledge for this puzzle.
Terrible at pool.
Yeah, me too. But I will say the one thing that you do notice that's not abnormal either, especially in like a bar or a public place, is that the pockets are not cup pockets where you would not be able to reach your hand in and grab the balls back out. They fall down like a tube system to a ball return on the side of the table. So they kind of like clunk, clunk, clunk through the table. And then you see like there's a place kind of cut out in the side where you would grab them. And
cool. Are there any coins on the side of the pool table to indicate that someone else is waiting for their turn?
No, the bar's pretty empty. So if you want to play, go for it.
I think we should play and maybe do them in order, like as in 1, 2, 3, 4. But unless that's how one plays pool, in which case maybe not that.
The traditional way, as is my understanding and experience, is that you just sort of smash the cue into the balls as fast and hard as you can and hope to God that something pockets.
Yeah, basically. There's a team that goes for stripes and another one goes for solids. So you try and like get your own balls in. But yeah, that's
if we move that triangle, just shift all the balls to the side. Is there anything underneath that the balls are covering?
No, just old scratched felt like the rest of the table.
Okay. Ooh. I'm worried if we pocket these balls straight away, we won't get them back.
Surely we can get them back.
We'll just ask Kevin for like a quarter or something like that.
He'll give it to us.
If it's like a coin machine return. Okay, cool. All right, sweet. Let's play pool. Are there pool cues nearby?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Mairi, do you want to be spots or stripes?
I will be spots. Sure.
Sweet. Right, let's take the rack off and let's play pool.
Pew pew. Nice job.
I want to do the thing where in the top of the pool stick they rub that like green stuff on it.
Yeah, the chalk or something.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that.
There's like a little It almost looks like a die, like a little thing. Yeah.
I definitely
None of us know what we're
doing.
talking about.
I really want us to pot these in order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc., and then go crouch down and like look and see if there's something in that little window where they lined up.
We can't pop the 8 ball until last though, because that's got to be the final ball.
Well, we don't need pool knowledge, and we don't have pool knowledge. So assuming we don't know that,
let's do it in order.
There's no knowledge needed to solve any of these puzzles. I'll just say that. Okay.
You've come to the right place.
Great.
Yes. You have the right puzzle designer. Okay, so you put the balls in order. Any sort of like specific pockets, or are you just going like around in a circle, or?
I like that you asked that question. It makes me think we should have an answer for that, but no specific pockets.
just randomly, just pop wherever.
Beautiful. They all go through. None are blocked or anything. All 6 of the pockets like feed into the return, and they come back in the same order that you put them in. They look normal. Nothing changed. And there was a lot of like rattling and rumbling kind of as they went through the table, but that's all like inside the wooden structure.
Okay. In that case, let's rack them back up as they were when we first found them. I feel we might need to be given an order potentially of like colors or patterns or numbers in which to pop these in the holes that they go into. So we park the pool table.
We can come back to it. Yeah.
Still plenty more things to look at. So
on the other pool table, anything of interest that we can see that sort of stands out on the other pool table?
You can get like nothing super interesting. You're, having a good time playing pool and drinking a little bit. But you can like learn a little more about the community, learn a little more about the park. There's like handouts, like that kind of stuff, but nothing that you feel might help you with this
tomato sauce smeared in the back.
No treasure map. Print. No bloody tomato. Yeah, no.
Ketchup. Okay. Let's take a look at those big tables in the center. See what's going on there.
Yeah, so there are 2 community tables. They are ready for service. Maudie's like laid them all out with, cute little flyers and like little donation jars and all that kind of stuff. They each seat maybe 50 or so people, and they're like already prepped and ready to go. So you feel like maybe it's not worth messing up the work that's already been done here.
Just switch 2 of the forks around.
Yeah, sure.
Someone's going to eat their entree with a salad fork.
Devious.
So a little bit of chaos.
Of course.
It doesn't seem like there's anything necessarily untoward on the tables.
What about the wall hangings? They jump out at me. I've written them down in big letters on my piece of paper. Can we have a look and see those little pictures of community members hanging on the wall, etc.?
Absolutely. So it's peppered. All the walls are peppered with photos of all different shapes, sizes, colors, random stuff hanging. The first dollar bill is taped up there too, like all that kind of stuff.
Very cool.
Your photos are maybe up there as well. Someone even snapped you guys coming off the beach and they plastered it on the wall real quick. So
amazing.
With a gerbil fish just stuffed in my shirt.
You're now canon in the story. So as you guys kind of take a look, you realize that some of the pictures are hanging in sort of a strange orientation and some are just frames. The pictures have been removed. And so this is the wall hangings photo that you have.
Oh, do you want to describe this next?
Yeah, it says wall hangings, and we can see quite a few frames. They're sort of arranged in a grid pattern, but I would describe it as kind of looking a little bit like a crossword. Not crossword. Yeah, crossword pattern, as in like you've got 6 across, and then by like intersecting that, you've got a 4 down, and then you've got a 6 down at the end, and then a 5 across. So yeah, kind of big grid pattern, potentially showing strings of 6s and 4s and 5s.
Yeah, good shot on the crossword pattern.
Yeah, that's what it looks like when I squint. And these are all empty. There's nothing in any of these ones, right?
These are all empty. And that's strange too. The rest are normal, right? So
my reaction is to put something in them, but like, I don't think we should go in with a Sharpie and start scribbling letters on it. But if we find things that match these shapes, I would feel better about that, putting things in.
Start scrolling the word tomato all over the walls.
Yeah. Interestingly, I'm just going to count the number. We've got a 6 and a 6, a 4 and a 5. I can't do maths, but if we find something of that quantity, 21?
I mean,
21 things.
We do have the word shore.
Oh,
from the bar
we
top.
do. And that would fit in the 5-letter one if it is indeed a 5-letter one.
That could be a starting point, potentially.
Oh, I'm going to get Microsoft Paint out and draw on this.
Yes.
Yeah. So we need to find a 6-letter, 2 6-letters and a 4-letter. So I think each of the things we do fills out one of these.
Yeah. It feels right. It feels good. I feel good about this. All right, what's left for us to look at?
Maybe the booths? Yeah.
Yeah, you have the booths and the kitchen door. You notice.
Yeah, there's some
the room back there.
Let's check the booths out first.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There are 6 booths that line the wall. They're all upholstered, cracked leather, just like the table, cracked felt, right? Like everything's kind of older in here. You'd guess they could sit 6 or 7, maybe even 8 people. So they're sort of like big for larger groups. Eli and Maudie are sitting in one closest to the bar, nursing a beer, trying to get him to calm down a little bit. Yeah. And so looking at them, they're all clean. They're not set or anything like the big tables are. But on each one is a menu. And you have a menu image as well.
Oh, okay. So we got 6 different menus for Pop's Bar. The sort of square-shaped menus in a 3x2 grid. What's interesting about these menus is they've each got different dishes on them, but they do have little semicircles dotted around certain corners or at sort of the midpoint of the square in different colors. So we've got the first one has a red and a red semicircle in the top left, blue semicircle in the top right, and it says, today's special, striped bass grilled cheese. Or is it striped bass or grilled cheese? Soup and salad combo, spaghetti and meatballs. Then we've got a yellow semicircle in the top left, a red semicircle on the right at the midpoint, and a green semicircle on the bottom left. And it says, today's special, striped bass, grilled cheese, soup and salad combo, spaghetti meatballs. Then green at the top left, black on the bottom left, orange at the bottom right. And it says grilled cheese, soup and salad combo, spaghetti meatballs. Then looking at the square at the bottom right, it's got a red semicircle in the top right, blue in the bottom right, and purple in the bottom left. And it's grilled cheese, soup and salad combo, spaghetti meatballs. The 5th one has red on the left at the midpoint, yellow on the right at the midpoint, and it's grilled cheese, soup and salad, spaghetti meatballs. And the final one has orange at the top left, purple at the bottom right, and it says today's special, striped bass, grilled cheese, soup and salad combo, spaghetti and meatballs.
Spaghetti and meatballs.
Delicious. I've got a feeling.
Yeah, I've got a few theories, but you go first. What do you think?
Again, related to the pool table, maybe?
Interesting.
What's your theories?
Oh, well, I had 2 theories. My first one was that each of these dots represented something on the menu, and I was trying to look for consistencies. So, like, if all the times a yellow appeared, there was a certain thing on the menu, but it didn't quite match. So now I'm thinking, well, same thing as you. We got to make the balls, but we can pick these up and rearrange them and like put them into their shapes to make the different colored balls, and they will, relate to something like the pool table, maybe.
And then we've got 6 different menus. Could be give us 1 letter per menu to give us a 6-letter word.
Probably got the 6-letter. Very cool.
But before we go down that rabbit hole, should we check out the kitchen door and see what's going on over there?
Good idea.
The door is just like a metal swinging door. It swings in both directions, just sort of like any commercial kitchen space. There is a little window in it that you can, almost like a porthole, like a little teeny window that you can see into the kitchen. And the door is unlocked if you wish to go in. But it looks like lots of stainless steel, just lots of like restaurant-y kitchen stuff in there.
Before we do, I just want to sort of gently nudge my head up into the window and just snort steam like the raptor in Jurassic Park in the kitchen scenes. Just to put the fear of God in anyone who's on the other side.
Love it. Yeah, go for it. Nothing happens. But you accomplished what you set up.
Worth a try.
I open the door disappointedly.
Grumble. All right, so you're walking in. The kitchen is like a typical restaurant kitchen. It's a lot smaller than the bar. And you walk into the room, into the southeastern corner of the room. In front of you, taking up the eastern wall, is a dishwashing station. So with big sink, drying racks, that sort of thing. In the middle of the room are 2 large metal shelving racks, like shelving units, where they put ingredients, whatever. And then the western wall is all of the appliances. So you have like a stove, an oven, a fridge, all that kind of cooking stuff. And right in front of those appliances is a large metal prep table. In front of it is an old rug on the floor.
Make myself some snacks.
Yeah.
And you fill up from chewing all your beer. Crunch, crunch. Oh, don't mind him. He's on the beer again. Crunch,
now
crunch.
that I've chewed my beer thoroughly, I'm going to take a sip of a sandwich. Let's check out that old rug. See what's going on with that.
Underneath.
Is there anything?
Yeah, underneath.
Yeah.
The rug is like a old, plain, spongy rug that kind of is like meant to help people's knees, like take some of the cushion from a hard floor. It's seen better days like everything else in here. And if you can flip it over, you can look under it, you can do all the things. The rug itself appears totally normal, if not a little gross, but under the rug, you do see razor-thin cut marks into the floorboards. There is one circular shape that is maybe the size of like a softball, and then around it is a larger rectangle, maybe like the size of a coffee table, a smaller coffee table, something like that.
Ooh. Interesting.
Very thin cut.
Okay. Almost like the shape has been scored into the wood rather than gouged. It's
gone through. You can see it's cut through. There's little crumbs and stuff gathered in there. It's like whatever, but it's just like a very precise mark. You couldn't wedge your fingers under it to try and pry it open.
Okay.
If we find something suctiony, I really want to try and pull it up as if it's like a secret compartment. But as you say, don't think we can get our fingers up.
Yeah.
I don't want to break my nails, but we should find a very common suction cup that, of course, you get in kitchens.
Let's have a look at these appliances, see if we can find an industrial plunger or of some sort to
Yeah, for sure.
To humor me.
I think this theory has legs.
It does. It does, Mari. So the stove, oven, all normal. We've got the basics of a tomato sauce kind of simmering, but without any tomatoes, right? So it's like garlic and onion and those kind of flavors, just on low in a pot, sort of simmering away, beckoning for these tomatoes. Nothing else appears out of order, but the fridge draws your attention. One, because maybe that's where tomatoes live, right? There could be a basket of tomatoes inside. You can open it up. Unfortunately, no tomatoes.
Ugh.
But on the front of it, it's really the only colorful, splashy, personal thing in this room. It's covered in magnets and fun little kitschy magnets, perhaps like yours at home. And on it, or you can also open the fridge magnet image to see what we got going on there.
Ooh. Do you want to take this one, Mari?
Yeah. Refrigerator. It is your standard looking refrigerator with the main body at the bottom and the freezer at the top, and it has lots of different numbers on it. Pretty sure all the numbers from 1 through 8 in different colors. And then the additional magnets have a seaside it's kind of in a square seaside scene. We've got a little black bird with a very big beak. We've got a kids playground slide thing, bright, colorful. And we have a teddy bear, and we have a magnet, a blue magnet worth mentioning. Yeah, normal selection of magnets one might find on a fridge. Yeah, noteworthy. These colors do not seem to match the balls from the other room. They are brand new colors.
Or the menus either. Well, some of them.
Oh yeah, I think the menus match the balls. I think you're onto that. Something with that. This is a fresh puzzle.
So fresh.
Can we move the magnets around a little bit? Like, have they got some give?
Yeah, none of them are stuck. And you can notice as you sort of like shift them around that a couple of the magnets with numbers on them sort of match the color on these 4 non-numbered pictures. So as you kind of like slide, for example, the 2 down, the black 2, you're like, oh, that's the same color as that bird. And kind of piece together.
Interesting.
So it is. So we've got black 2 for the bird. We've got the blue 4 really matches the color blue of the seaside theme.
Yeah.
I would say the 1 is kind of a beige, matches the teddy bear.
Yep.
The 2 is a kind of pinkish color, and it matches the color of the slide. And I would also say the 6 potentially matches the color on the slide, unless you want to dispute that, Jamie.
Ooh.
I might want to eyedrop it with a tool, but I think that matches the posts.
Given you're the artist of the two of us, I will defer to your expertise on this. I do not have an eye for color or anything that looks nice.
For folks listening at home, this is causing me some confusion because, like, technically, the seaside theme has a border that is slightly turquoisey in shade. So maybe it could match with both. If we get very stuck, I will get out my eyedropper tool. I'll open Photoshop. I'll do
it. The slide picture has a black border around it as well, if we're going to go about going to borders.
True.
So
what's notable is we have some odd ones out. There are some numbers which don't match the magnets. I would say the 8 doesn't match any magnets.
Yep, that's sort of that violet color.
3, yep.
Yeah, it's like a hot pink.
Maybe 7 as well.
Yeah, it was that kind of a maroon.
Probably the grey 5.
Yeah. Interesting.
So in no particular order, 8, 3, 7, 5 don't match.
Made a note of that just in case. You never know.
You never know.
Do you think this is an indexing puzzle whereby if we say the bird is bird and 2 is associated with it, we take the second letter from word? So it's like I. Like, that's where my mind's going, something like that. Like how to associate a number with what we're seeing.
That's it, because you could also, because that's like, that could be a crow, so that could be the letter R.
Oh yeah, could be R for crow.
Could be a raven.
No.
How many black birds have we got?
Yeah.
I will
Lots
say
of
this
trivia, bird trivia is needed for this puzzle.
It is a cartoon bird. It doesn't actually look like any of the above. It looks like a cartoon character, so
yeah.
It could be any of the above, right? Oh, can we
feel like you're on the right track here, but maybe need a little more information that you don't have.
Okay, let's leave the fridge and do something else. Did we look at the appliances? Was that one of the things we already did?
Yeah, the fridge was a part of the appliances.
Fantastic.
Everything else appeared normal.
Dishwashing? Maybe dishes?
The sink is filled with murky grayish brown water. Bits of food are floating in it. It's, real lovely. You can see some edges of dishes or something in the water, but it's too dirty to actually make out anything specific in there.
And no tomatoes floating, to be sure.
No tomatoes floating. Ew. Could you imagine?
We
would wash them.
Bobbing. Can we pull the plug or something on the sink to drain the water?
Yeah, absolutely. And doing so reveals 4 plates, dinner plates in there, that each look like it has a different meal on it. While the food is all sort of grayed out from being in here, you can see different textures. Stuff is still sticking to them. It doesn't look like the same meal was served on each of these plates. Look that from looking anyway.
Can we identify these delicious things on the plate?
Lick the plate.
Yep, that's where I was going. May we lick the plate?
You may do whatever you
them.
like. Yes, you can lick the plate. Kind of disgusting. You can't make out specific ingredients or exactly what the dinner was. And between gags and water dripping on your shoes, you can confirm that they are all different, right?
Okay.
So what you can discern is that one tastes this is like the primary flavor profile of each, sort of all you can gain. One is umami, another is spicy, the third is herbal, and the last is fruity.
Delicious.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Yes.
I was hoping they would more closely match to the menus,
Yes.
but I am not getting anything from that.
No, nothing that screams fruity. Isn't the kind of cheese you put in your grilled cheese, I suppose.
Cause it's, well, I was going to say with herbal and fruity, I'm thinking of teas, but I didn't see a kettle in the appliances or anything like that, so.
No kettle.
But I will make a tea out of the remnants of this plate, please. Oh.
Just a salty infusion. Can we take a little look at the shelves in the middle?
Yes. The kitchen shelves. Okay, there are two of them. And they're large, taller than you, with, like racks of things. One is primarily beer, and another are spices. So the beer rack has 6-packs and a couple different sizes of kegs. And on the kegs, the smaller of the two kegs has a note that says 36, and the larger has a similar note that says 48. Now, sort of as the game master, I don't want to steer you guys too crazy. This is a hint to a puzzle that you have already solved. So you didn't need this additional.
Incredible.
Just saying, don't get thrown off by this. That's all I'm saying. The other rack are spices, and they're organized into neat little rows on the shelf. And I believe this is the last image we have for you guys, and that is the spice rack.
Ooh.
I think you've gotten
Spice
them
rack.
So we got spice rack with 3 different shelves and 8 or 9 different jars on each shelf. On the top shelf, we've got porcini, brown sugar, celery, dill, Earl Grey, fennel, garlic, honey, and Italian herb. The middle rack has juniper, ziti, Oreos, mango, nutmeg, ancho, lavender, rosemary, and queso. And the bottom shelf has tea, kiwi, unsalted nuts, vanilla, wasabi, XO sauce, yam, and sardines. All the things you need in your kitchen.
Yep,
Especially Oreos.
Just crushed Oreos and wasabi. Just put it in my face.
By the way, I looked up what XO sauce is. It's roughly chopped seafood, scallops, fish, shrimp, chili peppers, onions, garlic. It looks delicious. But that was the only one I didn't know from that list. Thought it could be helpful.
Nice. I interpreted that as, in a very British way, as an OXO cube beef stock.
It's a sauce
like
common
Bovril.
in Asian cuisines. That's as far as you need to know.
So this may match our flavor profiles?
Exactly. But it's tricky. What is umami? Like, I know what umami is, but out of these, I'm like, which is the umamiest, for example?
Sort of the savoriest.
Yeah.
We'll say.
I'm going to Google, I know we don't need Google, but I am a Googler.
Google whatever you want.
Sauces.
What is
umami offering sauces? Spices. Soy, miso, fish, oyster, Worcestershire, and tomato paste.
So XO sauce could be
could very well be our umami.
Also, ancho, is that like anchovies?
Ancho is again, you don't need any outside knowledge. Solve these puzzles. But in case you're curious, ancho is like a pepper. It's often in Mexican food. It's like a dried pepper. You can get ancho powder and it's spicy. We'll say that.
Okay.
Interesting. Especially interesting you say we may not need outside knowledge. So maybe we actually don't need to know what all of these taste like.
True.
But I do feel like you're right. This feels very close to our 4 flavor profiles.
So we've definitely got an umami. We've got a spicy. We've got a herbal. We've got fruit. We've got mango. So that's our fruit.
And kiwi. We got a kiwi as well. We got more than one. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
You see Eli pop his head in the kitchen. Are you looking at the spices, at the food?
I didn't touch anything, but yes.
No, it's okay. Kevin put them all out of order already, so don't worry about messing anything up. You literally can't mess anything up more in here.
Cool.
And he puts a couple more pints on the prep table and leaves them for you guys.
I love this.
There are 26, Jamie. Yep. I wanted you to have that moment as well.
Right, let's go. It explains why we have exo sauce and case. Right.
Very much so. Go on.
All right, first thing, should we put these in alphabetical order and see what happens?
Please. Yes.
Just to make it look nice. So we'll everything's in nice alphabetical order, A to Z.
For sure. So there's only a few actually out of order as you start rearranging them. You notice that porcini is in the A spot if you're going, left in order. Ziti is in the K spot. Oreos are in the L spot. Ancho is O. Lavender is P. Rosemary is Q. Queso is R. T, the plant leaf, not the letter, is in the S spot. I realize that's confusing audio format. And then kiwi is in the T spot, but everything else is already in place.
Interesting.
Well, R is Q and Q is R. Jumps out in terms of if it was one for one, letter to letter,
sort of swap.
They would be the opposites. But that rule doesn't follow because P is A and L is P, so that doesn't follow all the way through.
Yes. So if we sort of follow it as almost like a path, P is A is O is L is P. That doesn't help me at all. I thought I was just going to spell something out.
Yeah, P-A-A-O. Maybe it does. O-L-P-A-O-L. Could be a name like Paolo. Hold on. This is not going to be Paolo. But it doesn't not spell something.
We know who took the tomatoes.
Paolo.
It was Paolo.
L.
Check the citizens directory of this small town. Is there a Paolo?
Yeah.
Can we
no
answer
no Paolos?
No, you were onto something though. It does kind of follow in a pattern, as in P A and then A O and then O L L P. Oh, but it goes back to P, so never mind. But we actually don't. We are looking for a 6-letter or a 4-letter, so we want something short anyway.
Yes,
that's right.
It's Paolo, man.
We have 10 substitutions, 10 swaps. Ooh.
Yes.
Interesting.
There's still one place you have not investigated yet.
Oh, the prep table. Where the beer is.
Yeah.
Where the beer is, right? Yes. You have Violet Nightmare waiting for you. I don't know. An absinthe. How about?
I'm going to chew that so much.
Chew it. So the prep counter is really organized. And the tabletop is a very shiny stainless steel that you can see your own face in it as you peer over. There's a random assortment of some kitchen things. There's a knife block sitting here, a stack of dish towels, kind of random stuff. And Eli's recipe notebook is sitting there as well with the pen clipped to the spiral.
Okay. May we look at it closer?
For sure. Yes. So in the notebook, it's about half full. It's just got, grocery lists. It's got some recipes, just kind of scribbly notes. But he does have, you see, his ingredients separated into a set of categories to help in his recipe design. And so I'm going to put this through the chat to you all, just so you have it handy.
Lovely.
All right, I'm catching up. Here we go. Okie doke. So under the category fruity, we have mango, kiwi. Under the category herbal, we have celery, dill, Earl Grey, Italian herb, and rosemary. Under the category spicy, we have ancho, fennel, garlic, nutmeg, wasabi. Under sweet, we have brown sugar, honey, Oreos, vanilla, yam. Under salty, we have queso, sardines, ziti. Under umami, we have porcini, unsalted nuts, XO sauce. And finally, under floral, we have juniper, lavender, and tea. Delicious. Right, well, our delicious plates. I'm saying that with such a cringe in my face. We had umami, spicy, herbal, and fruity. So I was going to hope maybe there's one from each of those lists that is in the weird order.
Oh, yeah.
So, wait, actually, yeah, because umami, we had porcini was in the wrong order. So
Porcini's in the wrong order, yeah.
Potentially that gives us A for the first one. And then for spicy,
ancho and fennel. So the A is in the O place.
So we guess maybe O is the next one.
And then,
or it could be PA, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, did you say and fennel or just?
Ancho and fennel.
But ancho's being the one that we... Yeah. Okay, cool.
And then herbal, we've got celery, dill, Earl Grey, Italian herb, and rosemary.
Rosemary, I think, is our one out of order.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So that could... Oh, yeah. So I think it's the letters of what they should... Of what they are there, rather than what they...
Yeah, because I got PAR or AOQ.
And then for fruity, I'm guessing it's going to be kiwi.
Excellent. That would give us T or K. Well, which way around? Oh, it's K. So park.
Which is our 4-letter word for the signs.
Hell yeah.
Look at that.
You're halfway there.
Woo. Excellent.
All right. So I think you guys have seen at least surface level every place here now.
Yes.
Where would you like to revisit?
I'm feeling like we might want to go back and do menus/balls, but that one feels like we're close. Like we have the information obviously in front of us.
Yeah, I think we should take a look at that and see what's going on. So we've got the 6 menus, and then we got all those balls on the pool table. But how do we put them together?
I'm just going to, for a very quick second, for Jamie's benefit, share my screen.
Oh, thank you.
Because I've been making something beautiful. Can you see this? It didn't quite follow through, but this might spark something in your brain. This is why I overwrote everything.
Interesting.
Like, because you can kind of see, like, they don't all match up. This doesn't match up because I'd have to flip these around. But maybe, I mean, it might not be that, but I just wanted you to see that so you could.
That is interesting.
Have that in your brain. Alternatively, we just take each menu card individually and we sort of figure out an order and try and pot those balls in that direction. So like if we said the first one was first, we'd be potting dark red ball in top left and then dark blue ball bottom right kind of thing.
Yeah. What's interesting is that you got your dark red spot and you've also got your dark red stripe.
Oh.
We do. The ones that have striped bastards are special. We use the striped balls.
Oh.
And the ones that don't, we just use the spots.
I like your thinking.
Let's give this a go then. So first, on the pool table, can we take the striped red, which is the number 15, and pot it in the top left pocket, and then tape the striped blue, which is the number 10, and pot it in the bottom left of the pool table?
Yes, absolutely. So clang, clang, clang kind of bums through the table, and as you look at the return, awaiting the ball to come through, you see that those balls actually don't come through the return, but instead it's one ball, and instead of a number, we have the letter G. Then
we've got, again, stripes. So we've got the striped yellow ball in the top left, which is number 9. Striped green, which is 14 in the bottom left. Oh, hang on a sec. What are we going to do with this one? Because it's in the sort of midway. Have I been potting these balls wrong?
Oh, no. Is it the direction of the like triangle tells us the orientation of the...
Should we just pop the third one and see what happens?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we'll do... What's the worst thing that can happen, you know? And then we can pop the striped red, which is number 11, and we'll do top middle.
Okay, I am assuming you guys oriented the pool table vertically. Is that true or no? Like with
Let's
the
say
triangle.
that we did.
Okay, because then I messed up giving
Let's
you
say
the G early.
Because I realized too late.
Mhm.
Okay, excellent. Yes, love it.
Now we
Hey,
know.
all good.
Edit it
Yes.
out. It's fine. We'll fix this in the edit.
Edit and post, yeah. The second the balls clang, same deal, and an R comes out.
G R.
And I'll do the third one for the top row, and then you can take over there, Mary. So the third one, we're looking at spots rather than stripes. So we want the green spot, which is the number 6 in the top right pocket. Then we want the black ball in the top left pocket. Looking at the image as it is. And then we want the orange spot, which is the number 5 in the bottom left pocket.
Yep, you get an I.
Oh, we're getting there.
Alrighty, I'll do the bottom row. So I am looking at the pool table as the pool table is in the pool table image. And we want spotted purple ball top left, spotted blue ball bottom left, spotted dark red ball bottom right.
Yep, and we get an S.
Which matches the S from shore that we got earlier.
Fantastic. Next one, we want to pot the spotted red top middle and the spotted yellow bottom middle.
Clang, clang, clang. L.
Yay. And then last but not least, we want to pot the striped purple bottom left, striped orange top right.
Yeah, you end the word with a Y. Grizzly.
Ooh.
Grizzly. Ooh. I love this. And once again, I have lost my...
All right, Jamie, take over as the wall hanging.
It's like every time I write something on the wall hanging in like a dry wipe marker, I turn around and like whack my arm across. I'm like, oh, I've rubbed everything out. Sorry, guys.
Excellent. So we've got one more word left to fill in. And so we've not done anything with those fridge magnets yet.
Or the arcade.
Or the arcade.
Right.
And also those strange cut marks on the floor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So we're looking for a 6-letter word eventually. Something, something, R, something, something, R. I've got an inkling of what it might be, but let's find out later what that could be.
So we only had 3 arcade machines. I was going to say if we have the same of arcade machines as magnets, that might be something, but we have a different amount. And the arcade machines were The Exorcist, Scream, and The Shining, but the only one that works is The Shining, and it was kind of Maze Pac-Man like.
Yep.
So we want a...
The Exorcist was like malfunctioning, right? Like
flickering. When you first said it, I thought Morse code. Should we go and just watch the flickering for a bit?
Yeah. And then I'll just blink in response.
Yeah.
Try and communicate with the priest. Yeah. All right. Looking at the Exorcist game, it is kind of funny. There is it takes you a minute to kind of orient yourself, but you do realize there's a pattern in the lights flickering. Ooh. And instead of all of the lights on the game flickering, it's just 4 at the points of each of the priest's cross that he's holding.
Up, down, left, right. Love it.
It follows a pattern. You can stare at it for as long as you wish, Jamie, blinking, trying to communicate with it if you'd like. But it does go in terms of the points on the cross. It's the top, right, bottom, left, top. And it just repeats that pattern.
Fantastic. And Jamie's head starts spinning 360 degrees.
Vomiting green slime. Yeah. That's what you get when you chew beer for an hour.
Yeah, that absinthe came right back up. Right? Same color.
I reckon we're ready to go back into that third arcade machine.
Yeah, Konami coded up.
Yeah. Please, baby, turn it back on, press play, and press up, right, down, left, up.
Yes.
Woo.
So, using the sequence, you manage to dodge Jack and his axe, weaving through the maze and all the crazy topiary guys expertly. Dun, 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 you win.
Yay!
A screen pops up, prompting you to add your name to the high scoreboard. You get 3 letters, whatever you wish. What would you like?
I want to
memorialize yourself here.
Is this for real or is this code? 'Cause I want to just put like J and M, but we should we should.
No,
put
you can do whatever you want. This is for fun, not for puzzle solving.
We can get infinite escape room IER if we drop the T.
Oh,
Excellent. IER.
IER. Let's do that.
You type it in and you come up in third. And the first two you see, the first place winner's initials are RED and the second is RUM.
Yeah.
Oh.
Finger talking for all those listening. Pointer.
Actually, fun thing, now it reads Red Rumia. Rumia.
Red rum, yeah.
Not a word, but kind of pronounceable.
Red rum, famously in The Shining, backwards, spells murder.
Do we think that is our word to put in the crossword?
I think it is. The placement of the R's match.
Yeah.
So we're going to scroll the word murder.
Okay.
On the wall. Right.
Yes.
Scaring everybody. No.
It's just tomatoes. We don't have any. Oh, no. Okay, so we got our four different words. Park, murder, grizzly, and shore.
Shore Park Grizzly Murder.
Ooh.
Sounds like a headline for a newspaper.
Or a podcast episode for true crime. Shore Park Grizzly Murder.
Okay. We really haven't done anything with this fridge. I'm very hung up on it.
Fridge and the floor is what we got.
Shore Park Grizzly Murder. Beach, slide, bear, crow.
Oh,
Or whatever the orders are. They match the fridge magnets.
Okay. What do we do with that?
So close.
We can. Oh, wait, hold on. We do know what to do with that because the 2 is the crow. So the last digit is a 2, assuming this is a 4-digit code we're getting from this.
Yeah, depends on the order of what these 4 words are as well, though.
True. But I liked the reading left to right kind of thing. Ish. Well, unless this is, again, an indexing puzzle where we're taking the second one, for example, because the crow we now know is murder. It's you.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, let's go with that.
And the park being 2 would give us A. Shore being H, and it's 4 would give us SHOR. And what's the bear? We now know is grizzly, and that's 1, so G. So in some order, GARU or RAGU?
A rug.
A rug. Oh.
So did we? Let's double check we got this. So we got the U in murder.
Mm-hmm.
The G.
Yeah, you guys have the right letters.
Grizzly.
Okay, cool. We got the right letters.
A rug.
A rug. Let's look at that rug again. Let's pick it up. Let's kneel on it, pick it up. All the things.
Sure. All the things. Yeah. Take it apart, re-knit it into something else if you wish. Do whatever you'd like with this rug.
A vet.
It's the same. It's the same rug, but you still have these lines in the floor that you cannot pry open with your fingers. But, that's the last piece here.
Can I take the blue magnet from the fridge and run it over those lines to see if it's magnetic?
Ooh.
We certainly can. The circle cutout is perfectly like the same diameter as this circle cut in the floor. And you use it to pop the
Love it.
little circle out. And when you do that, underneath reveals a 4-letter code. The larger rectangular sort of line that was around this circle just sort of like not quite pops open, but just like snaps a little bit and just like lifts slightly. You could get your fingers in there now if you'd like to.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Just slide them in and just try to push it open.
Open.
With all of my strength.
All of your strength. It lifts the floor and reveals this old wooden staircase that's very rickety. Doesn't necessarily look that safe. But almost just a couple stairs down, it's boarded up. And that's where you see that 4-letter code. So you had like a little window into it from that circular cutout. And now that you see it, it's blocking the rest of the stairs. But there's that 4 letters.
Oh. Is this where we put should we try the ARUG?
Yeah. A rug.
See if that
sure. Let's go for it.
Yeah, ARUG. Doesn't quite open, but you think the letters are right, but maybe just not the right combination.
Oh.
Ooh, let's see. Well, if we go for the order Shore Park Grizzly Murder, it's RAGU.
Oh.
Ragu.
Ragu. What?
A rug. Well, the rug led us to the rug, so
yeah,
that's very true.
Intentional, right? Yes. Yes, RAGU, ragu, of course. Pasta sauce. What have we been looking for this whole time? The lock unclicks, and you can pry open this little door, revealing the staircase going down even further. The wooden stairs are kind of rickety. It's like they haven't seen the light of day in a while, but on top of it, there's a large wire basket filled with dozens of plump ruby red tomatoes.
Yay!
Hooray! Maddie and Eli run up, shout, lift you guys up in excitement. They're so happy you helped. And Maddie kind of pushes Eli back into the kitchen up the stairs. They found the tomatoes. Get your butt in here and start cooking. The fundraiser kicks off without a hitch, raising a nice little chunk of change for the park. It's not much, but every little bit helps. They thank you both, and Pops closes up for the night, but does offer for you to stay and have a pint before you jaunt off if you'd like. Next week's spaghetti dinner is on us if you're still in town. Yay! Woo! Nice job!
Thanks.
That was really enjoyable. I love that.
That was great. Yeah, I mean, I'm still buzzing about that, but the accidental discovery of a rug, that is puzzle making genius. And you should own it. And I love it.
Yes, thank you.
Counterpointed by my not being able to see the word ragu when we're looking for tomatoes and have been for the past hour.
It's definitely a rug, of course.
That was great. I love that there was puzzles there to sort of look at all of our senses as well, with licking plates to get flavor profiles. I don't know if that was part of it, but we'll get into it later. Yeah. And there was beer on tap, unlimited beer, which is amazing. That was really fun. Thank you for bringing that. That was great.
Yeah, I'm so glad you guys had a good time. It was fun to run, fun to make.
How did we do compared to Dani and Mairi?
I was trying. Do you remember what time we actually started? I think.
Well, we waffled a lot. I feel like we went on some tangents. So whatever it is, minus a few minutes, of course.
Yeah, you were not far off from them. You were not far off from them. So nice job.
I'll just edit this episode so it looks like we've beaten them by like 20 seconds or so. Just to make it extra elite.
So what we should say is we need to get a cut of Eloise saying, "Oh, you beat them," and "Oh, sorry, you're a bit slow," and then we'll just edit it down. If we can get it under,
no matter what the time is, I'm not going to use the "sorry, you were too slow" bit. I'm not.
Yeah, you might have been maybe like 10 minutes longer than what they did, but really within like very close time.
I mean, we spent at least 10 minutes licking plates and chewing beer.
You did.
I think
exactly
actual puzzle thinking time, we did pretty good.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But before we go, Eloise, where can people find you and where can they pick up your book?
Yeah, book is online anywhere books are sold, and maybe even your indie bookstore. If you'd like, you can find me on most social media platforms as at Eloise Corvo. TikTok is the one exception. It's at author_Eloise Corvo, and everything is on EloiseCorvo.com.
Excellent. And we'll put all the links in the show notes as well so you can get those tickety-boo. Thanks very much for listening. Don't forget you can subscribe to The Infinite Escape Room wherever you get your podcasts for new episodes every single Sunday. Thanks again to our patrons J. Cameron Cooper, Rebecca Gerard, Jen McPhillamy, and Karen Kate for making this episode possible. If you want to be like them and support the show, then consider joining our Patreon over at patreon.com/The Infinite Escape Room, where for as little as $1 a month, you can get access to bonus behind-the-scenes content, unedited episodes, and access to our live recordings. Your puzzle maestro this week was Eloise Corvo, and your solvers were Mairi and Jamie. We love you lots, and we'll see you next week on The Infinite Escape Room. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.